How will you and your party allocate funds to ensure maintenance and enhancement for each of the following 3 areas? First one is tourism, regional. Education, now we have heard education already, but you can still include that. And the third part is healthcare. So you understand this, why we say it's a loaded question, and you might need a little bit more than 2 minutes to respond because you've got the 3 phases to speak.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by the question because I guess it's the question is basically how the heck are you going to pay for it? Is that essentially what you take from the question? That's what I take from the question. Actually, those are all 3 priorities, particularly in this area. You know, you could add agricultural spending because, of course, that's a big factor and important for our economic base. And you know, without tourism, our economy would be in deep trouble. Sometimes it is because the tourist dollars disappear. We certainly know that in our farm business. We're very tourist dependent, and so I understand how important that is. I think what it comes down to is your priorities in government. Is your priority a massive tax cut to already profitable corporations that often use that money, in fact, to close down businesses, to move those jobs offshore? Or do you think that it's time, since we already have a competitive tax base here, we're only talking about moving it back up a couple of percentage points, and for those that do create jobs, and it starts to come back down again when they invest in that. So I think it's you have to find the money somewhere. These promises that you hear, and I don't care if it's tourism, education, or healthcare, you hear all kinds of promises, 1.9 million here and 4.8 billion there. It all comes down to what you think is a priority and how you're going to pay it. We can't keep promising that we're going to slash taxes and increase spending. You try that at home. Go quit your job and then go out and buy a Porsche. See how that works for you. We have to find the money, and we have to ask all of us to participate. We've been moving away so that CEOs, for example, on the first day in January, they made the same as an average wage. That's a society that's moving in the wrong direction. So we have to change that. We have to ask our large corporations to invest in their province and in our future. And it's not a big investment. And if they start to do the kind of things that they need to do, like investing in equipment and investing in their people, training their people, and training in young people and young workers and new workers, then they get the kind of tax credit that helps them. But I think we have to have an open and mature discussion about where we're going. We see what happens if we keep on this road by looking down into the United States. That's a place you don't want to go. We were down visiting there, and I could have bought the Grand Rapids Cemetery for $40,000. That's how bad things are in that part of the world. So I think we have to have a mature discussion. We'll see quite a bit of people. I'll be attacked in a second for thinking that corporations should pay more taxes, but we all know what's been happening, and we all know the impact it's had on our own pocketbooks. We've been asked to pay the HST. I think it's time that everybody in this society contribute a little bit.